Thank you very much for having me. I didn't really invent it. I think we all collectively invented
craft, I
Indeed.
imagine.
I'm sure, early man at some point, before language was born, it was like, what's in the area? Well, there's a kangaroo and
there's a wristwatch.
What can we eat here?
So tell us about the conception way back then. How did it happen?
Look, I mean, there's two different stories. One is just where my brothers and I used to entertain each other with a bit of sibling rivalry. Sure. We would just, make a couple of shapes, and it stayed like that, like a secret brother thing for a while. But then we started, going out and drinking beer and, we're a little more shameless. And before you know it, everyone knew we could do it. And then I decided I used to tour comedians around and, work with Jamoan and Martin Malloy and all those sorts of people. And I couldn't get enough work because they were always working on the telly or the radio, and could only tour 1 or 2 months a year. So then I decided, okay, well, maybe it's time to kick off the pants and take it to the people. Put a cape on. And it just, it was beyond my wildest expectations.
Is the cape integral to the performance?
For me, definitely. It was always about the cape.
Well, then you're in character.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you can't go out there naked. That'd just be weird.
Yeah. Simon, you guys have been going for quite some time now, and I remember when you first started, you were doing gigs over here, and it was just packed out every single night.
And so controversial too, remember?
I know, now it's not.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
now it's mainstream.
Dicks. But that's why we've polished the show. Well, actually, have we polished it? I was talking to there's a great comedian, Andrew Maxwell. I was talking to him in Edinburgh earlier in the year, and he goes, "So, is this a new show?" And I said, "Well, it's half the show is brand new, but it's sort of we're sort of somewhere between a comedy show and a rock show. People still want
to see their favourite.
Yeah, it's a bit like you too. If you don't play Streets with No Name, there's going to be a riot.
Of course.
So
you don't always want to see the new stuff.
Exactly. So he said. So I said, more technically, we've polished the turd, and he's gone, to be sure, but you can't polish the turd, but you can roll it in glitter. So I think that's what we've done. We've rolled the show in glitter. We're using live CGI. So, like, if I perform a pelican, it's actually in the body of a pelican. And,
that's
so this
very
is 3D,
and it's all in 3D.
We should have holograms next.
Well, it's not far away.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, and we've got like about $200,000 worth of equipment there, like 3D projectors, proper 3D cameras, shooting live stuff. They will be popping off the screen. You'll be ducking.
You're really taking this up a level, are you?
Well, I had to. When we first started the show, our camera in the first row and a video screen was cutting edge technology. Now everyone's got a PowerPoint presentation of some description. So, we just ended up looking a bit naff after 10 years of, not doing anything with it.
So we know about some of the classics, the hamburger.
Yeah.
For example.
Hamburger.
Yeah. What are the other classics that people just clamour?
The windsurfer. Are we going to shuffle a couple? Do you want to see them?
Oh God.
Oh, no!
Yes.
Okay, we got to just point out something. Maddie,
Maddie
is our news director. She's never seen this before.
Oh, is that why you're here, Maddie?
Yes, that's why she's here.
All right, I'll shuffle
Maddie,
a couple.
come around.
Simon's just taking his pants down, everybody.
Oh, he's warming up.
Right.
This is awkward. Maddie?
There you go, Maddie. There's the hamburger.
Oh!
That is a burger, isn't it?
Pretty good, isn't it?
And if you look closely, you can see my poppy seeds on the
I
buns
have to
there.
say, Maddie's looking really closely.
I can feel Maddie's breath on the burger.
It's a bit awkward.
All right.
What's your next one?
This one's not so pretty, but it sort of shows you how far it can go.
Okay, that was pretty,
the
Maddie.
Windsurfer.
There you go.
Oh!
Yeah, of course. Of course.
The windsurfer.
Quite a big sale there, Maddie.
Yeah. And I'll do one of the new ones that we're going to do. This is
It's quite
this
a skill.
is a favourite for.
I'd love you to do something we never thought you could do. Like this is the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is E.T. Now, obviously, this is much better in 3D, and we're using CGI, but it just gives you an idea of what we're doing. There you go. And we actually give him a little glowing heart and everything. So. There you go. Do you want another one? Have you had enough?
Maddie?
Oh, let's do one more.
One more,
Maddie.
You just want
One
this
more
is
for
all
the
being
cameras.
filmed, by the way.
Yeah.
This is all being filmed.
That's really cool.
What? I'll give you a pelican. There's the
Okay.
pelican.
It's pretty good. It's pretty. I'm going to give that a go. I like that one.
Yeah. No pain.
Oh, God.
Now,
There's something
Nathan,
a
give
man
it a
knows
go.
how to do from a very early age. It's handle his own genitals without hurting himself.
because I mean, you did mention you've got some very young children.
Yes.
Because there must be questions over whether this affects your long-term performance.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Does
yeah.
it break it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Really?
not. It's perfectly fine. In fact, I think it probably, probably keeps you fertile. I don't know. I'm a bit of a late bloomer. I didn't start having kids till I was after 40, so
Sure.
and I had no trouble whatsoever.
Oh, well,
Ben.
that's terrific.
Yeah.
Simon, I've got to ask you, when you've travelled the show all around the world like you have, is there
Yeah.
any places that have just looked at you a bit strangely when you've dropped your dacks and started manoeuvring?
Have you ever felt, has the crowd ever made you feel awkward?
Oh, yes, I have. I actually did one show in New York, and I turned up to our theatre, and there was like all the windows were blacked out with plastic. And I walked through the door, and there's like hundreds of men in various stages of undress, taking their clothes off and putting them into plastic bags. So I've gone out the back and like screamed at my producer, said, "What the hell's going on?" He'd sold the entire show, 350 seats, to a theatre-loving gay naturist group. So there's 350
that was
gay
your target
naked men sitting there
demographic.
watching me. And of course, I come out, my first 10 minutes of dialogue is, "I'm naked, you're not." And, half of it's for ladies. There's like none of that. And it just turned into a big workshop. I'd do like the Loch Ness Monster, and it'd be like, the guys doing the Loch Ness Monster on each other. It was like, whoa. Hang on. You got to be able to bend the Nessie's head. That was one of the weirdest ones. But, there's, as you can imagine, there's thousands of them.
Now,
Well, you just gotta push
country
through, don't you?
towns
Yeah.
are a little bit conservative. I think it's safe to say. I grew up on one. Nathan grew up on
You're
one.
going
and-
to both of them.
Yes, you're off to Esperance and
And
Kalgoorlie,
Kalgoorlie.
which are our hometowns.
they've seen it before. They love it.
Yeah.
They love it.
Any country towns want to run you out of town because you're a bit too confronting for them?
Not really. Queensland still has a couple.
Of course.
Rockhampton and places
Yeah.
like that. Bundaberg went a bit weird on
Yeah.
us. Can you
Yeah,
imagine
right.
the people that make Bundy rum?
I know.
Being from-
I thought, oh no cocks for us. It's like, what do you think
What did
Australia
you-
does when they have too much of your rum?
Yes.
They just kick their pants off.
You
and-
invented this.
yeah, exactly. My God, it's all your fault.
It is.
But there's still a lot of countries that we're just starting to get into. We're
Sure.
going to Venezuela for the first time later this year.
They'll love that.
So,
Yeah.
that must be crazy because when you rock up to a new country, it's
Yeah.
a brand new thing and they've never seen that
It's
before.
brand new, and of course they always go, only Australians could do this, and we say, not true. Kick your pants off, we'll show you. and we train up, and we audition. We have like these big auditions because they do it much bigger there. As you can imagine, the performers are a lot sort of cheaper. In Mexico, I had 30 guys auditioning. Like they'd chosen 30 guys, and then over a period of 2 weeks, it was like cock idle. I had to like,
the weirdest
I was the Simon
reality
Cowell
show
of peanuts.
ever.
I had to wean them down.
Who are your other judges? Was Jennifer
Well,
there?
Yeah, there was like
Rowdy.
a local soapy star from Mexico. I have no idea. I
drug
couldn't even
cartel.
understand a word they were saying.
A drug cut. There with flashcards and a machine gun.
Is there any manoeuvre that you haven't been able to pull off? Something you've got in your mind?
That's
you
a
thought, you know
very
what?
One I'd
poor
always,
choice of words.
one I'd always wanted to do, especially because it's a very Australian iconic show, and we travel the world. The Sydney, the Opera House.
Of
Yeah,
course.
oh, yes.
But
a lot of
we can have a
elements
crack at it
there.
now. I need a third hand.
Maddie?
Maddie?
Nathan,
Maddie.
I've tried it with clothes pegs. I've tried it with everything. It's just,
Maddie?
and I don't think I've got enough scrotum. I don't think anyone has.
Well, it's a limiting factor. I know I haven't.
scrotum. you have a bit of scrotum there, don't you?
All right. Well, you are headed back to our fair shores. You'll be playing the Regal just across the road from
We
us
love
here
the
in-
Regal.
Yeah.
it's a good
Always
place.
goes crazy.
Good spot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're there in early August, as well as like Mandurah as well at the end of July. So people can certainly catch your fine work all over the state. You're headed. Actually, that's quite lovely that the rural folk don't miss out.
Yes, well, this is what it's always been about for us, taking it to the people.
Yeah.
Because the people wouldn't
You're
come to
right.
us.
Tickets through, let's see, tickets through Ticketek if you would like to go and see some of the new manoeuvres and the classics from Puppetry.
Indeed, in 3D.
In
so
3D.
real. So real you
It's going
can
to be just
touch
like
it.
Avatar.
Exactly. We do the avatar.
Oh, my God.
Of
we
course
do
you
the
do.
avatar.
You just have to hold on to it for 10 minutes until it's blue.
Yeah, it goes blue.
A couple of lacquer bands. Does the job.
Good on you, Simon. Thank you.
Thanks for having us, guys. We can all put our pants back on now.
Thank you.